2, 3. 3, 2, 1.
Hello! This is going to be actually our first installment of 30 things that I want to learn before I turn 30.
Woo!
And here I have Parini.
A seasoned 30-year-old.
A seasoned 30-year-old.
31! Oh my god, I'm turning 32!
We're forgetting about that. Forget about it.
Okay,
It doesn't count in 2020. No, I wanted some ways to, one, brighten up my apartment. I pretty much have a brown thumb. Aww. My apartment was very bare for a while. Like it was looking like a serial killer lived there.
Yeah.
It was just like white walls for a really long time. So I love tips on, one, how to put this together, but also how to maintain it. I'd love for it to last more than like 2 days. The first step that we already did was go to the flower shop.
These are kind of starting to open. They're not completely bloomed like some of these, or like this yellow one over here.
Got it.
It's probably got like 2 or 3 days left.
Oh.
So this will open up over the course of the week, so it'll get bigger and bigger and bigger. I really like this flat leaf eucalyptus because it looks more leafy. So
Oh, I like that.
Something like that if you want some more like visual interest.
I kind of like that one. Now you've taken your flowers, you brought it home.
Yeah.
What's the next step?
So first things first is you need to get these flowers in water as fast as possible. So I have this giant bucket. If you have like a large vase or even like a pot, like that's where I put the flowers in. I do not use flower food. I have not had very good success with...
I'm sorry, what? You don't use flower food?
No.
That's specifically for the flowers.
No, but like, I mean, so you gotta read the directions, like you gotta mix that packet into like a gallon of water.
Okay.
And then you use that water, but like most people aren't using a gallon of water for that. People are just pouring the packet in the vase.
Oh.
And then you stir it, and then your flowers are like, and then they die. Let's start with the roses first. So here's our headliner, and here's my vase, which is honestly a repurposed pickle jar. Like you don't need anything fancy. So you want.
But you do need to clean it.
You do need to clean it. Yeah, you gotta like wash it and stuff before you put flowers in it. Like we're not putting this in pickle juice.
Yeah, that I know.
Yeah. I want my flowers to be like this tall above the top of my vase.
Okay.
So I pretty much have to trim all of this excess off. And we want it cut diagonally because we want as much water to go in. And so by cutting it diagonally, we've increased the surface area. Based on your water line, you don't want any leaves in the water. It's gonna make your flowers rot.
When did you start learning how to do this? And why did you start learning how to do this?
So I started floral arranging a couple of years ago just for fun because like honestly I got tired of nobody buying me flowers, so then I started buying myself flowers. And I really enjoy flowers, and then I started reading up on like different textures and different ways to enrage floral arrange. And I don't know, over the years, especially this last year, I got pretty serious about it, where like I would go to a lot of classes like those floral arranging workshops for fun, just to like learn more. And then I started YouTubing a lot of things around like color theory, and honestly floral arranging is just like another art form.
Yeah.
Like all of the same design principles apply in terms of like color, use of texture, like constructing a design. So what we're gonna do now is build the scaffolding. So this is where our greens come in handy. So the greens are always gonna be our foundation. You place them, you wanna kind of start crisscrossing them that way. So you wanna like start creating like a grid with the stems of your greens. And again, we don't want any leaves in the water. So now we're gonna take our Michelle's and Kelly's, our accent flowers, and now we're gonna put these in and start layering them into our scaffolding. Okay. So we wanna do this because our focal flowers, we want them to be supported we want them to really kind of shine, and we want to control where they go in the arrangement. So that's why they're going to go in last. Because once you start placing these flowers in, it gets a little bit difficult to like start rearranging them once they're all kind of like settled into place. So with these, you can be pretty intentional about where you place these, and like what you can do is also kind of like spin your vase around to make sure that you're getting even coverage. And then be really gentle when you're putting in your flowers, because you want to kind of hold them at mid-length and then gently kind of nudge them into where you want them to go, because you don't want the stem to break, because everyone's going to cry. It's kind of like Operation.
Kind of.
Except you don't have to
Opposite.
take it out.
You're putting it in.
Yes.
But Operation.
Yes. You just want to make sure that there's enough visual interest where your like eyes kind of dance around the arrangement. Like you want, you know, some to be hanging, you want, you know, some to be upright. You just want it to be like all around 360 pretty. It isn't like a lampshade where like, shit, I got like a stain on it, so I like, you know, turn it in one direction, or you know, the couch cushion, you just like flip it over or something. Like, no, you can't do that. You can't do that with flowers.
All the damage you will see right up front.
There is no hiding.
These could last up for like week and a half, 2 weeks.
I would say definitely a week. If you take care of them appropriately, they can go a little bit longer than that. Snapdragons don't have as long of a life, but here's the thing, like, if you have different flowers in your arrangement like this, and like let's say the snapdragons start to like wilt or die off, if you pull them out, your roses are going to last longer, so then you just make a smaller rose arrangement.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just take out the ones that are dead.
Yeah, yeah, and then just like put them in like smaller vases. That way you can have them for a longer period of time.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, you're on.
What else have you been learning about during this time? These unprecedented times.
I know.
These trying times.
These trying times. Yeah. I've been teaching myself a lot of graphic design. So like, you know, part of quarantine was launching my Instagram.
I thought you've had it for before that, no?
Yeah, so I started posting, but then like I was kind of just like willy-nilly, like, oh, look at this. And I was like, you know what, like, I literally do this for a living. Like, let me actually do it the right way.
Yeah.
And I've been like, you know, learning to use like Canva, and then I learned how to like do a little bit in like Adobe Creative. So I've been learning to like do more of that stuff as well.
I love that.
Yeah. So
Those are always gonna be good skills to have professionally and personally.
yeah, I think so too.